Guys, I just spent $5 on this cheeseburger.
So Alex, dude, why didn't you just make breakfast at home, dude? That's what you always do.
And guys, honestly, I started making pancakes because I like my pancakes and eggs. But mix the pancake batter. Well, I got the pancake batter poured. Come to find out we didn't have milk. And I didn't want to drive to town, get milk, go back, and then come back to work out. So I figured I'd stop and get a breakfast sandwich at that place, but all they had was just regular cheeseburgers. So warm. The best pre-workout meal is the one that gets you in a good mood to get some gains. Bam, forgot ketchup. Guys, it is 38 degrees outside. This is the coldest it's been thus far since, you know, earlier in the year. But it is 62 degrees inside the gym. Like, I'm wearing this jacket, and also underneath that I'm wearing another jacket, and I'm still cold. All right, so it's been decently warm here in Topeka, Kansas for the last, like, you know, however so long. Last night was the first, like, legitimately cold night that we've had. Pretty much this whole, you know, since back in like the March, April months. But they still had the air conditioner on because it's been relatively warm here, so that's why it's so cold here. It's just because wasn't prepared for the cold weather, but we got it figured out. I'm hitting biceps and triceps right now. I'm gonna walk you through this entire workout because this workout is the first bicep and tricep workout that has made both my biceps and my triceps extremely sore in a long time, so that's why I'm doing it again, but also that's why I'm gonna walk you through it. So very first exercise is preacher curls with an easy grip bar. We're doing 5 sets of 6 to 8. I did my first set, and right now we have 65 pounds on the bar for set number 2. Here it is. All right, so one little pro tip I have for you on the preacher curls is when you are doing them, and you're going on the negative portion of the exercise, make sure that you keep your shoulders back and don't let them fall forward. So a lot of times when people do preacher curls, they'll curl up, and then on the way down, instead of strictly changing the angle of their elbow and lowering the weight like this, what they'll do is they'll start to roll their shoulders forward as they go down, and it pulls back here, and then when they come back up, they'll kind of do the opposite motion. So it's important to keep the focus strictly on the bicep. You want to keep your shoulders back. Someone actually pointed this out to me a while ago, and then I started noticing, you know, other people doing it. So make sure, just keep that in mind. Like, try not to do more weight than you can do, because what could possibly be happening is that when you are doing the more weight, you know, your shoulders are rolling forward like this. So the second exercise that I did was seated alternating dumbbell curls. Now, it was supposed to be 4 sets of failure, but 4 sets of failure with the 27.5-pound dumbbells was pretty much about 20 reps total, so 10 on each arm pretty much every time. Now, it wasn't quite true failure, but it still was, you know, pushing myself a little bit. So next I did cable face curls. These are lying face curls. I don't know if you've ever seen these. I actually had a friend show me these, but I really feel like these work the peak very well. Some of the best peak work that I've, you know, ever felt is by doing these lying face curls, just because it's constant. It's just because of the angle of your shoulder, the biceps stretched out a little bit more than your elbows up front, and also pulling it straight down to your face really accesses or triggers the peak of the bicep. So I supersetted that. I did 3 sets of 8 on that, and then I did 3 sets of 8 on reverse curls. So in your bicep, you have your bicep brachii, or however you pronounce it, and the brachialis. And so the reverse curls really help target the brachialis. So that's kind of on the outer portion of the bicep. Same with hammer curls, but those reverse curls are going to help make your biceps wider. So like if you feel like your biceps aren't as wide as you want them to be, hit some reverse curls, and then that'll help build the overall width of your bicep. Also, after that, I did 3 sets of 20 on hammer curls. I did alternating, so that'd be 10 reps each arm. These are also going to primarily target the brachialis, which, you know, obviously you can't only target the brachialis. You're still going to be using the rest of the bicep, but the main component that's moving the weight is the brachialis. All right, on to triceps. So I said I did 3 sets of 20 of those. On to triceps, I did 5 sets of 6 to 8 on straight bar press downs. These big focus here is going heavy, but still keeping everything under control and keeping a good time under tension, because once you start to get into going fast, then that's when you really start to neglect the time under tension portion and also activating the most muscle fibers possible, which is what we're trying to do. So 5 sets, 6 to 8 on that. Next thing I did was seated alternating overhead extension. Now I did 4 sets of 16 on these, so 8 each arm. I went lighter than I normally would just because the last time I did these, they didn't feel the best on my shoulders. And so the alternating overhead press and also overhead press, when I do them, you know, both dumbbells or both hands on one dumbbell, for some reason those hurt my shoulders, but they feel really good on my triceps. So that's why I still kind of try to do them without, you know, pushing it, because obviously my number one focus is safety of the joints and safety of, you know, muscle. We don't want to tear anything. So like, I could have gone heavier for the sake of my triceps, but for the sake of my rotator cuffs, I wanted to take it easy. However, when I do like overhead presses with cables, like with something on the cable, like a V-bar or rope or anything, those don't hurt my shoulders. So I don't know if I'm doing them wrong or what, but it's not that big of a deal. On to the next thing we did. I did a superset on the next 2 exercises. I did rope press downs, superset with reverse grip press downs. So on rope press downs, 3 sets of 8. A big focus here is to keep your elbows close to your side, and then when you press down, keep them in the same place and rotate your hands out, like turn the pinkies towards your triceps on the bottom of the exercise. This is really gonna help get a good contraction versus, because once you get to the bottom, you can feel when you turn your wrist out, it contracts your tricep a little bit more, and so it's gonna get more muscle fibers torn overall. And then the reverse grip press down is to focus on the medial head of the triceps up here. That's the primary component that's moving the weight on the reverse grip press down. Finally, I did skull crushers. I did 3 sets of 10. These seem to be something that it's either a hit or a miss. Like some days I'll feel like those did, you know, an enormous amount for my triceps, and other days I feel like I can't even, you know, tell that it's working my triceps. So I don't know, it's all about mind muscle connection, obviously, but that's the workout, guys. I did 3 sets of 10 on the skull crushers. That's a workout. It's a little bit longer one. It took me just over an hour to do, and so normally I don't spend that long on an arm workout, but like I said, this is one workout that's made me more sore than any other arm workout that I've done in a while. Now normally I'll get partially sore in either my biceps or my triceps, but very rarely do I get really sore in both biceps and triceps. And so when I do, I always try to repeat that workout and sometimes make little changes to it to keep it fresh. You know, that's kind of important for you guys to try to do, is don't get stuck in old habits of doing the same exercise every time. It's good to, you know, repeat stuff and stick to the basics, but at the same time, we're trying to progress. Okay, so part of that is switching things up a little bit. You don't need to go overboard, don't need to reinvent the wheel, none of that stuff. But that is the arm workout, guys. Go ahead and give that a try, because like I said, that was a really good one. One of the better ones I've had in a while. All right, guys, we're going to Worlds of Fun now. So I'm gonna do like a little montage of the trip. Here we go, dude.
All right, guys, actually I lied. So last night when we got to Worlds of Fun, we got there at like almost 6, and so it was you know, it was starting to get dark, but we waited in line for the first ride for over an hour. So by the time we got to the first ride, it was already dark, so it wouldn't have been worthwhile for me to record, just because it wouldn't have turned out at all. So no edit for Worlds of Fun. I apologize about that. Next time, well, today's the last day they're open for the year, but maybe next year. I'm just getting firewood now. We're having a bonfire in a bit. I didn't get back until late, so I took a little nap and laid down around 1:30. I was gonna get up at 2 and I accidentally slept till 4, so now I feel like I'm dead. But yeah, so normally I don't do, normally I try not to record on Sundays, just because Sundays I'm really pretty busy with church, and also we normally have family over for like dinner tonight around a bonfire, so stuff like that, it's hard for me to, you know, get good footage in. So normally I don't record on top of that. I normally take Sundays as a rest day, so that's why it's kind of typical for me to not record on Sunday. So I'm gonna end the video here, but you know, it is a gorgeous Sunday afternoon. I'm quite surprised by how nice it is compared to how cold it was yesterday, because we were at the park and it was like 30 degrees, so it's pretty cold. But yeah, so I still got to edit this video up to get up for tomorrow morning. Sorry the last 3 videos have been a little bit late. That was bad judgment on my part, but gonna try to keep things, you know, on time, keep posting on time. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, I appreciate it, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and also we will see you next time. Peace.